are back! Home of the prodigal son, young Chad Townsend. And Chad Townsend plays on, plays to the whistle, kicks away for Valentine home. Townsend, brilliant.
All right, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Chad Townsend Show. If you're new here, please make sure you do subscribe. It is greatly appreciated. Like this video, drop us a comment. Let us know what you think of the podcast. Go and do that right now, please. Right now, it's free. You can do it so quickly, like right now. Thank you for doing that. And if you're listening over on the audio platforms, give us a rate and review. Obviously, greatly appreciated here on the show. Now, let's bring in Victor. How was your weekend, my brethren?
Good, mate. Last week I was in Fiji.
Jeez.
Living it up.
That's lucky.
30-degree weather.
Yeah.
So good.
How was it?
It was nice.
Yeah.
It was raining the first couple of days.
Yeah.
But it was 30 degrees. I was sitting by the beach with a cocktail in hand.
How was the how were the cocktails actually?
They were good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're always good in Fiji.
Any Fiji bitter? Fiji Gold?
Fiji Gold.
Yeah.
Had one Fiji bitter. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, right.
The Fiji Golds are
Fiji
going down
Gold.
like water, but they were good.
Yeah.
You're going.
I am going at the end of the year. I'm going away on holidays. I'm looking forward to it.
Looking forward to it.
Kicking the feet up. Retired life. I'm looking forward to it.
Enjoying your retired life.
Yes.
Good way to start.
Family holidays. Great way to start. Looking forward to it, actually. All right, let's get into today's show. Let's have a look. We've got what's trending in the NRL right now. We've got our reactions to the past weekend, round 26. We're going to go through the top 5 games of my career and why I had them in that order. We've got our big footy guy of the week. We've got our fan questions as well. But let's get into what's trending at the moment. Victor, what do we got off the bat?
The NRL ladder.
Yeah.
Championship rounds.
Championship rounds. It's crunch time. I mean, for some teams, obviously some teams having the luxury of resting players at this stage of the season, which we'll get into a little bit later on. But let's have a look. As it stands, the Raiders on the weekend with their win over the West Tigers win the Minor Premiership. 19 wins and 4 losses. At the moment, their for and against is plus 186. But the 19 wins and 4 losses is unbelievable. Really, really great season for them. The Storm are in second on 40 points, 17 wins and 6 losses. I mean, I talk about it regularly about the Storm and their ability to just finish inside the top 4. I mean, and it's like it's not even really spoken about. So, the Storm are in the top 4 again. You know what I mean? Like,
we're not even surprised at this stage.
Not even surprised. And that's the thing. I mean, it is just such an incredible achievement. I mean, the Dogs are in the top 4 as well. They're first finish inside the top 4 for a number of seasons. So congratulations to them. And then obviously that 4th spot is going to be figured out this last weekend. Broncos, Sharks, and Warriors all on 34 points. Now, the Broncos play the Storm this weekend. You think the Storm are going to rest players for their last game because they cannot be pushed out of second position even if the Dogs win. So the Sharks, they play the Dogs. You think the Dogs are going to rest players? And then the Warriors play Manly. Well, Manly aren't resting players this weekend.
No way.
So it seems like the Warriors have the toughest assignment, which is playing Manly. And they're playing at 4 Pines Oval in Daly Cherry Evans' last game for Manly at Manly. So
It's going to be a tough fixture.
that's a tough game for the Warriors. I think they can definitely win. They're going to have to play well. But the Broncos and Sharks, you just assume they're going to win because they're playing against teams. They're going to be at full strength, and they're playing against teams who are going to be resting players.
I mean, there is a world where Bulldogs jump Storm on point difference, right?
Yeah, but it is like... it's very unlikely.
Like if Storm rest, Bulldogs don't. Bulldogs smash Sharks.
Yeah, I just think Bulldogs...
It could happen.
It's it's mathematically possible.
It's mathematically possible.
You know, when we start talking about mathematically possible, that's where teams tend to get in a little bit of trouble.
It's a 90-point swing. So
It's a fair swing.
it's a fair swing.
But it is a mathematical chance. But hey, that 4th spot is wide open. And I think it just, like, if the Broncos win, their for and against is much more superior than the Sharks and the Warriors. So if the Broncos win on the weekend against the Storm, then they secure that 4th position and 2 bites at the cherry. I mean, we understand how crucial that is. Their form at the moment's been really, really good. I mean, the Broncos are 4-1 at the moment in their last 5 games. So from a roller coaster season for the Broncos, a really big push at the back end of the season. The back end of the top 8. Well, the Panthers sit in 7th position. They're playing the Dragons on the weekend. And then in 8th position, the Roosters. And the Roosters play Souths Sydney on the weekend. And then Dolphins in at 9th and Seagulls in at 10th. So how that sort of plays out, Roosters win this Friday night against Souths in. The top 8's done, secured. So let's hope that happens. Let's hope the boys have a big game on Friday night against South. It's going to be a cracker game. Huge crowd, a lot to play for. So Roosters win, they're in.
Yep.
But if Roosters lose, Dolphins are playing the Raiders, who are going to be resting players
as well.
So you think if they should win that game, but if we win, obviously the Roosters are in. And then the Sea Eagles as well. They're playing Warriors, which we spoke about before, at 4 Points Park. Now, that they're just so far behind and with their for and against. So
that's going to be a tough one for them.
That is going to be a tough one for them.
This is, like, looking at the top 8, I think everyone deserves to be there.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
definitely.
It's been a very competitive comp.
It has been competitive. And it's usually 9 and 10 are usually teams that have had relatively good seasons, if you just miss out the top 8. It's usually like the bottom 4 or 5, now bottom 5 teams who are have had really disappointing seasons. That's you don't want to finish inside that top 5.
Yep.
Like you want to be obviously competing for the top 8, and this is what it usually happens. I mean, it usually comes down to the last week, and obviously it just goes to show every single game is important in this season. It is such a long, demanding, grueling season, but yeah, we're up to the most exciting part of the season. Finals footy. The weather's starting to warm up. NFL season's starting. Fantasy football, NFL's back. I mean, I'm excited. I'm in 4 leagues this year, so I'm absolutely pumped. I can't wait.
Is that 4 separate drafts?
That's 4 separate drafts, yeah.
Each draft takes like 3 hours, doesn't it?
No. They take about an hour.
An hour? Okay.
If it's done quickly.
Yeah.
But then I do another one that's like a long draft where you get 4 hours to pick. So it's where you can't get everyone together at the same time.
Yep.
And the draft starts at 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. And then you get 4 hours to pick. So you might be at work or whatever, make your pick, and then it just goes on to the next one. It takes a bit longer, but that's what it's called, a long draft. So, anyway, back to the NRL. So yeah, I mean, let us know what you guys think in the comments. Who do you think that is going to be in that top 8? Obviously the 4th position's obviously a pretty crucial talking point at the moment, and then obviously the 8th position, because there are a couple of teams who are sort of vying for those spots. But like we said, Roosters win on Friday night. If the boys put in a big performance, which we think they will, then they will move into 8th spot.
This is the first season where, since 2013, where Roosters, Melbourne, or Penrith hasn't been minor premiers.
That's a great stat from you. That is bloody
It's a big
awesome.
one, right? Far out.
That is awesome.
Raiders, getting it done. It's good to see.
It is good to see. I mean, it's always good to see, some underdogs or some other teams coming up and, having some success. So, yeah, I mean, well done to the Raiders. They've obviously secured the minor premiership. Even though Sticky, when he was holding up the JJ Gilton and Shield, he wasn't smiling. He just, if we get a photo of that, done. He's just, the job's not done. Like this, I'm holding the minor premiership trophy. Look, job's not done. Let's try and get it up.
We'll put you up next to Ricky. We'll do a little compare.
Ricky's just face, job's not done. Like, remember that Kobe Mamba? Kobe's in the finals and someone asked him.
The interview, yeah.
The interview. They're like, why aren't you happy? He's like, job's not done. Job's not done yet. Love that.
It's a mentality. I love it.
Yeah. So, well done to the Raiders. And, we'll see how it all plays out this weekend. Let's move on to the next bit of what's trending. And, just quickly, on Saturday morning, I got a phone call out of the blue from the guys at Triple M saying, we've just had some guys call in sick for our Dead Set Legends show. Are you available? Can you be in the studio in an hour's time? And I just finished making my breakfast and my coffee, and I was like, you know what? Yes, I can be there. So I got my breakfast, put it in the car, drank my coffee in the car, and went into Triple M and parked into the city, and actually got in there like right on time and sat down with Gus Warland and Maroon, and we went over the Dead Set Legends show. Josh Mansell usually runs it with Maroon, I think it is. So he was sick, and they were into Source, Joshy Mansell, saying he was at the laser clinic or getting his his beauty therapy done. But yeah, had a cracker time. Just talking about all the games and everything. Obviously, everyone knows I'm a big fan of, radio work and trying to sort of put myself out there a little bit more. I've got another gig this weekend with SEN, calling the game on Sunday. So that'll be a lot of fun. I've had a lot of enjoyment around working on radio this year with SEN. So, yeah, just going to try and continue to be available and keep putting myself out there and hopefully looking for some more work in that area, and we'll see how it all sort of plays out.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Let's move on to the next bit of what's trending. Last game
How was it?
ever yesterday. Yes. Last game ever. New South Wales Cup. We played their last round yesterday. We won 50-18. So the game was it was a good game for us. Good finish. We scored a couple of tries late, which was good. But how's this for John Dory? On the way in, our assistant coach picked me up and three of the other boys, and we're all on the way in together. And we're scheduled to arrive 10 minutes early to the game. And then all of a sudden, we hit some traffic, and then we were trying to get to Wentworth Park, and there's police, there's road closures, and the police are like, there's protests, like you can't get past here, or rallies or whatever.
Yeah, it was
called.
the Australia First.
Australia First, which I've got
Protests.
no idea what it's about. So we went from being scheduled to arrive 10 minutes early to being half an hour late to the game. So we couldn't get across this rally. We couldn't get across, and the coach is like, "Man, we're like, just you're gonna have to just get out. Like, get out." We saw these line bikes, so he's like, "Just get out here. I'll continue to drive around and try and get a way across." So we got out, and we got these line bikes. I downloaded the Lime app, get the Lime app, get on the bike, and I'm riding my bike. Then we get down to where the rally is. It's like this big road. And there's police there, and the bike I had didn't have a helmet. So he's like, "Mate, you can't ride that. You don't have a helmet on." I'm like, "Yeah, sweet." So I got off and walked it, and then I'm walking in the middle of the rally. I'm in the rally. There's people with their Aussie flags. I'm like, I've got no idea what this rally is about or what I'm doing. I've got a full Roosters kit with this bike with three of the other boys doing the same thing. So I had to cross the road, had to get through the rally. And then anyway, walk through the rally and get across, get back on the bike, ride my bike to the game. And I'm like, far out. Like, we're half an hour late to the game. Like, this is just wild. Anyway, the coach was fully aware of it. He was completely fine. Brett Morris, who's the New South Wales Cup coach. And he got to the game and he did his talk. And it was actually quite good because he did his talk, got ready, and just went straight out and warmed up. So it was a talking point for sure. But a full experience, you know what I mean? Like,
really rolling out the red carpet for your last game.
Yeah. And it was great. I obviously had some family there as well. And I want to give a quick shout out to Angus Crichton, actually. Angus Crichton came to the game yesterday, and he is someone who he goes to so many New South Wales Cup games. This is the guy that plays for Australia, plays for New South Wales Origin, and he spends a lot of his time to go and watch the young boys play in New South Wales Cup and support them. And one day this season, earlier in the year, he drove to Canberra just to watch a New South Wales Cup game. Like, it's just incredible leadership.
Shout out.
Awesome work from Gussie. And, we all know the player and person he is. But, and no one would really know that. So that's why I wanted to talk about it today. I wanted to give him a shout out because I know a lot of those young boys really appreciate him going and watch. And he's got a lot of love for him. So, a great fella, and he deserves... the shout out. So last game, I was a little bit emotional after the game. Not really. I kind of held myself together, to be honest. I mean, Wenny Park, playing in front of 30 people. But it was fun.
Hey.
You know what I mean? It was fun. Threw in a couple of nice long passes, and I got to kick the last goal. And when I took my boots off for the last time, it was like, geez, I've just taken the boots off. You know what I mean? Hung the boots up, and that's all she wrote.
Will it be the last time you ever put on footy boots, though?
Oh, no, definitely. I'll put footy boots on. I don't know what I'll be doing, but I've still got a couple of pairs of boots. But
You'll play local club next year, maybe?
no, don't. I might play a couple of Legends matches. I'm in a dinner suit now. I don't want to make tackles. I don't want to be hit anymore. I've got a little bit of a shiner on my eye. I don't know if you guys see it. Can you see it there?
You'll look down for it, yeah.
Yeah.
You'll blink, yeah. There we go.
But it's, my body's had enough.
Yeah. go touch, Oztag.
Nah, I've lost all my agility.
Right. So it's just radio.
TV, radio, and golf. Golf. I just need to dial in the swing, the hips, the finish. Anyone, any golf coaches out there who listen to the podcast and want to give me some lessons, reach out.
Yep.
By the way, before we move into this week's whatever we're doing, reaction, sorry. I want to tell you guys, we've got a Father's Day sale on at the moment, playersgolfclub.com.au. Now, if you head over to the website, you buy any polo, you get a hat for free. So you get to buy your polo, then it pops up, you choose any hat on the website, and you get it for free. So buy one polo, get one hat for free, playersgolfclub.com.au. Head over to the website today. This promotion will run all week until Father's Day. So sort out your golf daddy. Sort him out. All right? Yeah.
Tell them what's happening also coming out tomorrow.
Yes, Victor, I'm glad you actually said that. Before we do get into the weekend's results, tomorrow night, so Tuesday night, 6 p.m, we're releasing our Players Club Championships tickets. We're running a golf day this year on Friday, October 17th at Beverley Park. It's 12 p.m. arrival for a 1 o'clock shotgun start. The format is individual Stableford, and it's all ran through MyScore GA handicap system. If you don't have a handicap, it's okay. You can still come and play. You will just go into a different prize pool. But if you do have a handicap, that's where obviously all the big prizes are won and everyone can come and play and compete. We've got a stack of NRL players confirmed to play, some players from the Roosters, some players from the Dragons, and hopefully some players from South Sydney as well locked into play. Val, Drinky, myself will all be there. Tickets include lunch, dinner, alcohol on the course, a goodie bag on arrival. You'll get some balls. You'll get a few things like that. But yeah, have I missed anything, Victor?
No, just the prizes are mad.
The prizes are insane.
Wait.
Are we saying them yet, or are we holding off?
Should we tell them one?
The first one?
Yeah.
First prize?
Yeah,
All
should we tell them?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, I'll leave it to you.
First prize is an Amped Bros electric bike valued at like $4,000. Amped Bros have been massive supporters, so we want to say a massive shout out to Amped Bros electric bikes. These guys have jumped on board and they've just given away first prize. So an incredible first prize. We've got a stack of other prizes available as well, obviously from our friends at TaylorMade as well, which we absolutely love. So yeah, make sure you get your tickets because these tickets will sell out. They will sell out. So playersgolfclub.com.au. All right, let's move in. First game of the weekend. Dogs, Panthers. Now, Panthers resting basically their whole team. I mean, this has been a hot topic of conversation over the course of the whole weekend. A lot of people ask me, am I okay with it? Yeah, I'm definitely okay with it. Look, I understand from a fan's perspective and a fan's point of view, if they want to feel like, they want to go to the game and watch the likes of Nathan Cleary play and whatever, and they're spending the money on tickets. Like, I fully get that. But Ivan Cleary is making those decisions based on what he thinks is the best way for his team to win the premiership. And that is resting his team and giving them a week off and freshening them up. So, obviously that turned the whole game on its head with regards to, the result. The Dogs were then, I guess expected to win the game. And they controlled possession early. And they found a lot of success on that left edge with Galvin and Preston. Preston had an absolute awesome game on the weekend. I thought he was really, really impressive. The Panthers, in that first half when they were defending one man down for a little bit there. I thought they showed a lot of spirit as a team. For me, Dane Laurie, I thought he was the Panthers' best on the weekend. That pass he threw to set up that try was an absolute peach of a pass. Still unsigned at this stage, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if he's committed to Penrith for next season, but would be a handy, I guess, pickup or backup fullback for any NRL team at the moment, looking potentially at that. But yeah, in the end, this game probably ended up how the most of us thought it would, with the Dogs overcoming the rested Panthers New South Wales Cup team, and they then secure a top 4 position, like we said at the top, for a long time. So, anything else to add there, Victor?
No, I think that this game kind of went how we expected it to.
Of course, yeah.
Panthers showed some resilience at the start.
Yeah. And even you could see their system. You know what I mean? It's different players, and you could see their system as you're watching the game. Like like I said, it's different players and different jerseys, but they're still trying to work and stick to that system where they've got that, you know, a Zayo ball player in the middle. They've got their halves where they stick on either side, and their other half that just plays on the ball and things like that. So
you can see like when the Panthers play, even their B grade in quotation marks side is just like they're still the same.
Yeah, and that's the system. You know what I mean? That's the system they run. They're a system-based side, and they do it so effectively, and that's why they've had that, you know, so much success. They believe in the system. They come up with the system. So, yeah.
Not final, but what's your take on the Dogs?
Yeah, I mean, the Dogs, I mean, they finish in the top 4. It's kind of almost like this back end of the season, because the first half of their season was so impressive. The back half, it seems like they've kind of, you know, stumbled a little bit, haven't really played as consistent or as well as they did at the start of the year. Yep. But, yeah, look, I still think they'll be a tough team to beat in the finals. I think they deserve their position, obviously, in the top 4. But the best thing about final series is it's a whole new game. You know what I mean? The atmosphere, the crowds, the pressure, it's different, and it does different things to guys. Yep. So... yeah, I think the Dogs can improve. Look, I think, I don't know if it's just me, but like I am a fan of Bailey Hayward, but I would put Reid Marnie back in the starting lineup. That's one change that I think I would do. I like Reid Marnie. I've said he's a good signing for the Cowboys, and I really like what he's going to add, what I think he'll add to that team. But I don't know. I just feel like he offering a little bit more at that hooker position right now. Yep. If we're not talking about the future, because Bailey Hayward is the future at the Dogs. We're talking about winning right now. What's your best team? And I think he's the hooker. Dogs fans, let us know what you think.
Let us know. Yep.
Yeah. Let's move on. Next game, Parramatta versus Warriors, 26-22. Crazy finish in this game. Para, they were just able to ice their opportunities when it mattered most. And the Parramatta rebuild has been an impressive one, especially at the back end of this season. Obviously, you know, on the back of Mitch Moses returning from injury, it just has gone to show how important he is to that team. They had 91% completion rate on 7 errors on the night, on a dewy night in Auckland. That's huge. Absolutely huge. It's almost a near perfect game of football for the Parramatta team. And they would have needed to do that to get a win against the Warriors. And the Warriors, you know, while they had 54% of the ball, they were just unable to get their probably defensive issues that really is kind of been a talking point for them when they haven't been able to get the job done. It's been on the back of some of their defense. So, I mean, there's a lot of people talking about that controversial bunker call, which denied the Warriors that late try. It was.
What do you think about it?
Well, I mean, he touches it. Dimitri Vaimunga. He says he thought it went backwards. The bunker thought otherwise. I mean,
it's one of those 50-50 calls.
It is a 50-50, you know what I mean? And I know the Warriors have been on the back of a lot of tough calls over the years, you know what I mean? Obviously, they had that trending thing last year where I think one of the sponsors spoke out and said they don't get any calls and then later apologised. But, yeah, look, I was okay with the call. I was okay with the decision. I thought it was a knock-on.
Yeah.
As hard as it sounds for me to say that, because I am a Wars fan, you know, up the Wars. But I don't know, I just thought Parramatta kind of deserved this win with the way they played.
Yeah. To go to New Zealand and, you know, show up.
Yep.
Against a pretty... New Zealand's always a hard place to play, right?
It is, especially on a wet, dewy, or on a greasy, dewy night, you know what I mean, at Mount Smart. So, but yeah, we got the clip of Jason Ryall's press conference.
We do.
This is what he had to say after the game. Let's have a look.
Coach, just go back to the final call, which was a massive call in the context. Whether he touched or not, do you think there's definitive proof that the ball went forward?
You wanted me to respond to that, don't you? Do I think the referee tonight and the bunker, they had a lot of decisions to make, and for me, like, yeah, that's a knock on every day of the week, but who am I to say? But, you know, sometimes you get the calls and sometimes you don't, and we've had a lot of times where we haven't got the calls. And that's the reality. They're human in the middle and they're human in the bunker. And but yeah, like if you're asking my pure opinion, yeah, that went forward every day of the week. I don't even know why you're asking the question.
They had a 12. They had a 12 full penalty count.
Yeah. Okay, so we don't even
going
need
off one play, Russ.
we don't need to go near that. So, but it's
Going off one play,
Going
Russ.
all off and play, Russ.
Yeah, I get it. Like the question was a pretty bad one, I thought. You know what I mean?
It came from a Kiwi reporter.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, he's, Kiwi journalist, and obviously he might have been sort of asking, the question for whatever reason it was, but you could just see Jason Riles, like he was just laughing as soon as he asked the question. What was he expecting to say?
What's the funniest or the wildest question you've been asked?
Not really anything crazy, to be honest. They don't really ask the players many questions in press conference. Like I feel that's what I feel needs to change. Like I've said it before, I would have the NFL style where like they've got the podium. Excuse me. And like you have the coach in there doing his press conference by himself, and then you can get some players filtering in through. It's almost like you literally have this setup. You're standing here and like you're on the podium, and then like you can ask questions, and I'll stand here for 5 minutes and talk about it, and then you move on. But yeah, a lot of coaches just give reporters nothing in press conferences. Des Hasler, some of these ones are just like, obviously we saw that what he did last week. It's more like the older coaches that are a bit like stiff. You know what I mean? They're not happy and just face is just very...
It's got nothing to give.
Nothing. So, yeah, anyway, a good win for Parramatta, and obviously, a tough loss for the Warriors. One they probably, would like again. Let's move on to the next game. Roosters 40, Storm 10. Craig Bellamy's 600th NRL game as coach. Absolutely crazy. And I heard that by all reports he was absolutely filthy after the game, that second half, and the way that it went. But a huge result for us and the boys. Obviously, the Storm leading in this game 10-0, and at half time they had a lot of chances. The Storm turned up defensively in that first half, defended their goal line a lot, making just a lot of try-saving tackles. And then speaking to the boys today, they just they said that they felt like they would eventually crack. Like they were turning up, but they just need to stick with it. And then, obviously in that second half, they came away and scored 40 unanswered points, which is just really unheard of in Melbourne. A great result for us. Marky Mark, 4 tries. Now is the outright leader for try scorers in the NRL. I mean, he deserves to be on the Ashes tour at the end of the season.
He's the Australian winger, one of them at least for me.
And the thing is, like, he does it all. He does it in the air. He does it on the ground. He's got a strong yardage carry. Defensively, he's very, very good. He's just so athletic. And, you obviously hear how positive and how much I love the bloke because, of how well he plays. But obviously I know him. He's a great dude as well. And his contract situation will be an interesting one next. He's off contract at the end of next season. So we'll be eligible to accept offers from November 1. But I'm sure he'd be able to accept offers at the moment from rugby, for after next season.
Don't say that.
Yeah, well, I mean, look at this guy. This guy's played for the Wallabies, so he's already on the bloody world stage. And I just feel like whoever, I hope he stays at the Roosters. But I love him to stay at the Roosters.
I think he suits that Roosters jersey.
He does. He does suit the Roosters jersey, and he works hard for what he does, what he's gotten, and he deserves everything he's got. And it would be great to see him stay at the Roosters. But I feel like I just feel like this guy's going to get offered a lot of money, which is a good thing for him. Yeah. And for the Storm, they had 5 completed sets in the second half, and the Roosters had 22. The Roosters, they always have genuine great support play. Bradley was huge for the boys on the weekend. Almost got a try with that ankle tap. But yeah, like we said earlier in the podcast, the win on Friday night against Souths guarantees their boys a final spot. So let's hopefully, fingers crossed, they can get in on the weekend. But a big result for them.
Sir.
Let's move into the next game, the Broncos-Cowboys Forex Derby. The Broncos take it out 38 points to 30. where the Cowboys are actually wearing the Northern Lights jersey. Let's get it up. Jason Tamalalo. Look, I love this jersey. I thought it was a cracker. It was glow in the dark. So all the bright orange or bright yellow you can see, it was all glow in the dark. Even like to have all the sponsors sort of buy in as well. There was a McDonald's logo on the back of their shorts that's obviously usually yellow, which was not its original colour. The same with the Bravas and yeah. Victor, as a fan's point of view, what are your thoughts?
Love it. I love different types of jerseys being made throughout the season.
Yeah.
Like you look at the NBA, how many jerseys they have during the season.
Yeah.
And some of them are sick, some of them are hit and miss. But, you know, if we can see more types of jerseys throughout the season, I love it. Love it. Even that old boys round last week, was it?
Yep.
That Tigers jersey was so nice.
05 game,
So good.
Yep. And obviously the Broncos had their jersey earlier in this year, that Black Dog Institute one.
Yep.
So look, some great stuff, and it's good to see clubs actually taking a bit of a risk. You know what I mean? And actually, like, who would have thought that an all-black jersey would go as well as it did? You know, this Northern Lights glow-in-the-dark jersey. You know, it's a genius idea.
Let's mix it up. I feel like jerseys have kind of stayed the same.
Yeah.
I
mean, there's a lot of history and, you know, I guess, like there is a lot of history around some jerseys, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the red V and...
You know, but obviously on these occasions, you know, there's times where you can get a bit creative and move into the, you know, the new age of things. And I feel some clubs have done a great job this year. So, yeah, we're on to the Cowboys. The jersey looks great. Let's move into the game. The Broncos started strong in this game. Then the Cows fought back. They scored a nice try before halftime. It was the Cowboys' 10-year reunion since their 2015 grand final against the Broncos. They had the 2015 team in town for a luncheon. Obviously, some of the greats, Cowboy greats, you know, Jonathan Thurston, Matt Scott, Michael Morgan, Lachlan Coote, Jake Granville, Justin O'Neill. Who else is there? The list goes on. Kane Lynette, some of the great Cowboys players, obviously a huge result for them. But yeah, 10 years on since that game. The Cowboys 2015 Premiership in Golden Point. But anyway, back to the game. 20 to go. Broncos are up by 8. You know, that Gamut Shibasaki try. The pass for Reece Walsh. I mean, on my Twitter, I'm watching it and when I watch the footy, if something happens in a game and like, I got the video and all I wrote was forward. I wrote forward, and then it just 55,000 people have seen that tweet, and all I wrote was forward. And I thought it was a forward pass. I mean, it's forward every day of the week.
It's a forward pass every day.
I don't know. If you pause, I know he's running. I know there's obviously forward momentum, but it just clearly to me it comes out of the hands forward. So
there's no. Where's the touchy as well? Is Shibby too slow?
That's the thing. When there's a line break, the touchies aren't quick enough. But Ashley Klein's right there. Klein is right there.
He's a little bit behind, but yeah. I don't.
It's those ones when they're on the line breaks that are a bit harder because they're not in position because the players are obviously too quick. But yeah, it was forward. I mean, Reece Walsh had an absolute day out, didn't he? 1 try, 2 try assists, 6 line break assists, and 10 tackle busts. And I've mentioned him over the past couple of weeks since, you know, Adam Reynolds and Ezra Mam have been out of the team with injury. Like, he's taken a lot more responsibility with kicking, with playmaking, and it's bringing out his best. So that added responsibility's done wonders for Reece Walsh. And yeah, that's why I said it's going to be interesting to see how they sort of recruit in the next guy to fill in for Adam Reynolds, you know, when he retires. Because to me, it's someone who just can service Reece Walsh and get the best out of him because he's dynamic at the moment. Must watch TV. The no try to Jeremiah off the Cliffo kick, that definitely hurt the boys. They had a lot of momentum in this game. And I'm like, geez, the boys are going to come back here. But then they had that no try and then basically another switch at the other end, and then Payne Haas scores that try under the post.
In Payne Haas fashion.
Payne Haas does what Payne Haas does, man. He's absolutely incredible. But
what do you think from the Broncos? What do they need to do better coming into finals? Because these guys can attack.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they're...
I think it's always been for the Broncos. They have a couple of lapses of concentration, whether it's conceding, tries defensively. I don't think they have a steal in their defense at the moment. I think defensively they can improve. This is a great attacking team, and when they're on, they are unbelievably hard to defend. So, but I think their improvements are around their defense, especially their edge defense and their decision making. I feel, so if they can get that in order, like they'll be tough to beat this back end of the season. Sure. Let's move on to the next game. Manly versus the Dragons. Manly 40-24. DCE, an absolute masterclass in this game. He had 5 try assists and 1 try. Led Manly to the win. A huge game for him. Turbo was on fire as well. He ran for 283 metres. He was absolutely everywhere at fullback. And, I know there was a bit of chat earlier in the year about Turbo going to centre and Lehigh Hopewadi going to fullback, but you see the performance that Turbo had on the weekend, you're just like, man, this guy's a fullback.
That's his spot.
That's his spot. When he's fit and firing, like, how can you take him out of fullback? So
I think it's easy for people to forget how good he is at fullback until he plays like injury free. And then same as last week, he was incredible. So
you're exactly right.
That's his spot.
You're exactly right. And for the Dragons, well, a disappointing loss for them. They couldn't just execute some of their opportunities. That Halangahu ran a nice little line, and then he offloaded to Gutho, and Gutho couldn't reel it in. Then it would go up the other end. Tolu Kola scored an absolutely amazing try. Geez, I love watching him play. The game ended up being very similar on the stat line with regards to their completion and possession and errors and whatnot. Manly, to me, just had a little bit more to play for. Obviously, still mathematically a chance at making the top 8. And then for the Dragons, well, I guess the biggest takeaways for them is probably their youngsters are getting valuable time in the NRL in these back end of the games, where obviously their season's over. But guys like Halangahu, who I mentioned before, for him to just get in there and play 80 minutes of football on the edge, or guys who are getting valuable experience games under their belt, that they can then take in that experience into their preseason, and then obviously learn and grow in the preseason again, and then that's the evolution of trying to build up your roster from a kind of rebuild young position to potential targets, or to try to achieve a premiership down the line. Let's move on to the next game. Raiders versus the Tigers. Raiders win the minor premiership in Canberra 24-10. This game was sold out. So Canberra, well done to them. The first 20 minutes of this game was great. I thought there was a lot of live ball in play, a lot of back and forth, a lot of good defense. No team was cracking. And then it wasn't until a Fogarty bomb to the corner where Taruva wasn't able to reel it in. And he was like the sun was in his eyes. He's backpedaling and then doesn't catch it. And Jed Stewart comes over and scores. And it just got me thinking about like the Jed Stewart situation. And Tamale was due back this week. And Xavier Savage hurt his shoulder last week. So if Xavier Savage didn't hurt his shoulder, like Ricky Stewart was about to drop his own son. And that's a big call for him. And I think Jed Stewart deserves a lot of credit with the way that he's played and the way that he's what he's done, since he's come in and made his debut. He's been very, very solid. And I think he's exceeded expectations of how potentially guys would have thought he wanted to do, how he's going to go. So, look, I am just very happy for Ricky Stewart. I'm happy for Jed Stewart to score that try. And, I just feel like it's a feel-good story, and you love to see it. Obviously the situation with Sticky and it being his son, and, it's just, I love to see that stuff.
It's pretty special as well.
It's very special.
Because they're minor premiers and they go in the finals.
Minor premiers, you're playing in the minor premiers team, a team won the minor premiership. Your dad's the coach. Like, man, it's
so good.
It's so cool. So well done to him. Move on anyway in this game. The Fogarty no try to the obstruction. I was okay with it. The Tigers then bounced back with Samuela Fainu. The stats again were pretty similar in this game, with both teams pretty similar. But yeah, it was an exciting game. The crowd size was great. You could hear the crowd on the TV. Hudson Young, he ran for 163 meters, had another outstanding game. We obviously highlighted him last week in the game he played. Fogarty had 2 try assists. But the biggest takeaway from this game, let's have a look. This hit from Jarrell Skelton.
Shield is waiting. A little out the back plane. Targeting. Oh! What a shot! Skelton has crushed Strange, but Strange straight back up, and Skelton is paying the price. Jarrell Skelton threw everything he had. That was Steve Matai stuff, but Strange totally unaffected.
Man, the whiplash on Strange's head. Just his head's like this, just wrapped over, just boom.
But he got straight back up.
Gets straight back up. He's like a human pinball, Ethan Strange. That's
different.
That is by far the most lethal part of his game is his running game. But I mean, Skelton, you can see him. He sees him. He's lining him up. Then buzz. But you don't really see that happen where the ball runner gets up and then the guy who makes the hit stays down. Usually it's the other way around. I mean, it just goes to show Ethan Strange and how strong he is. But yeah, what a huge play. And obviously we hope Skelton's all right. He went off with a HIA, so not sure, what happened there. But yeah, what a highlight! Wow. We'd probably cut that up into a reel, to be honest, for the socials.
For the socials.
For the socials, yeah, baby. Right, let's move on to the next game. Sharks 40, Knights 10. Who would have thought that Knights would be leading this game 10-0? Fletcher Hunt scores the first try. I mean, I like Fletcher Hunt. He's such a good player. I like this kid. Great aerial threat, big size. He scores the first try. Then Cogger kicks a 40-20, and then the Knights score again with Greg Marju in that left corner. And it's 10-0, and you're like, what's actually doing? There's no way the Knights are going to win this game. Like, what's actually happening? It's at Shark Park. Sharks need to, wake up and have a go, and then they do.
They did.
They did that indeed and more, your boys. I need a comment from the Sharks fan, actually.
Yeah, I rocked up to this game 10 minutes late, and we were down. And to be honest, I wasn't surprised. But...
Why weren't you surprised?
No comment. But it was good. Good to see them come out, get a win. Lovely day in Shark Park. Yeah. Sunday, 2 p.m. at Shark Park on Sunday. It's cracker.
Oh, it used to be my favourite time to play there.
We got to the crowd, and that hill? We got Family Hill.
Family Hill, I grew up on the Family Hill.
Yeah, and then the corner next to Family Hill, where everyone stands up.
Yep.
Everyone was sitting down.
Right, why?
Don't know. I did not like it.
Why?
They were just
maybe because it's family day.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, was it family day?
Oh, I don't know. Just during the day. So. It's daytime, so there's probably more families.
I want to see Shark Park standing up.
I haven't been to a Sharks game and watched for maybe since I was a kid.
Maybe do a vlog next season.
I don't know. Maybe next season.
Yeah.
At some stage. But I'm going down there with my hoodie on and just hoodie on, glasses, hat, fake mustache.
Yeah, fake mustache or something. Nah, it was a good game.
Yeah,
good game to watch.
It was a good game, and then obviously from that 10-0 point, the Sharkies would then jump back into it. Adam Fanua scored a try. Ronaldo, who ended up scoring a hat trick to Ronnie. That first one, the beautiful pass from Tricky. Geez, that was absolutely insane. A great pass, and his last try was absolutely incredible. Had so much to do, and palmed off about 3 people. But in the end, the Sharks did what they needed to do, completed at 82%. They had 52% of the ball, and we kind of all knew that was going to happen with the Knights. Obviously, the Knights last week made the decision to part ways with Adam O'Brien at the end of the season. They're on the hunt for a new head coach with some names being tossed up at the moment. Excuse me. Justin Holbrook, Willie Peters, Blake Green have all been, shortlisted. Who do we think is going to be coached there? I mean, let us know in the comments if you've got a comment, Knights fans, and who you would like to see as head coach. I'd love to hear it. And then for the Sharks, well, it seems like Blake Brayley, he got asked after the game, is his contract extension done? And he was like, it's close. It's all but done, it sounds like. Dave Riccio from The Telegraph reported that it looks like it's going to be a 4-year extension. So you think Blake Brayley is going to be one of the highest paid hookers in the league.
Yep. And deserves it.
Very well deserved. He's been in great form this season. And, I love my local juniors. He's another proud local junior here in Cronulla. And it's great to see him doing awesome things on the field.
He creates so much speed the way he just picks up the ball.
So quick. So durable.
That as well.
Yep. So durable. Man, it wouldn't surprise me if he does every single session every single day throughout the whole year. He plays every game, every minute of every game. He doesn't come off. He doesn't have a break.
Makes like 40, 50 tackles.
His resilience to his body, like, you know what I mean? Just goes to show, like, the work that he'd be doing away from the game as well to get himself ready for games. So,
is he your New South Wales hooker for next year? At this point?
No.
Still Robbo?
I'm still rocking with Robbo. Yeah. I think Brails plays Origin at some stage, and it may be the two of them.
True.
I mean, I'm rocking with Robbo at the moment.
Yeah, but I'll stick with Robbo for now. See what happens next year. But
yeah, I thought Robbo has done a great job at Origin since he's been in. Yeah. But I think Blake will play Origin at some stage.
Yeah.
And like I said, it may be a time where they both play. They're both the same age, those boys. I really like both of them. Big fans of both, the way both of them play. All right, let's move on. Next game, Dolphins 36, Titans 30. Another Queensland derby, this one. And it was just basically, last try scorer wins in this game. Next try wins. That's what it is. All right, next try wins. That's what it was basically like. It was like, the Dolphins got out, scored some points, then the Titans came back. And then the Dolphins scored some more points, then the Titans come back. But for the Finns, well, it was a must-win game for them to keep their chances alive. Obviously, we spoke about the scenario at the top and what they're currently looking at. And it was another Sunday afternoon cracker game, wasn't it? I mean, we spoke about that Sharks game, 2 p.m. Suncorp Stadium at 4 o'clock in the afternoon as well on a Sunday.
Golden
cracker.
hour.
Mate, sun's out and the crowd's just cheering. It's the best time to watch footy in the daytime. That's why I think the NRL Grand Final needs to go back to bloody twilight, daytime. Give the fans and families what they want.
What about an Origin game during the day?
Maybe not.
Maybe not?
No.
No? Don't like that
not.
one? All right.
No. Origin's like winter. It's like I've just made a tea. I'm on the couch. I've got my robe on. I've got a couple of biscuits. Like I'm just sitting there, dipping a biscuit in my tea, and then I'm sipping my English breakfast tea. And
I think we have very
cold.
different Origin experiences.
We're like grand finals. Like the sun's out, man. The spring is here. Like the day's beautiful. The weather's getting great. Anyway, back to the game. Trey Fuller. Look, he was great in this game. Trey Fuller. He's really made a difference, I feel, since he's come in and Hammer's moved back to the centres. He had, that first sort of try, he ran for 203 metres, Trey Fuller. So a great game for him. Obviously, he set that try up for Hammer as well, scored a really nice try. The Jeremy Marshall King try, set up pass from dummy half was absolutely awesome. Geez, that was a great pass. Rushing defence, he just throws it across the face, and then the Dolphins score. The Dolphins bounce back with tries to Kelly, De Groot. The flick pass from Chris Randall was special. That could have been called forward as well, in my opinion. But then anyway, Kieran Foran scores next to the post. Like I said, Dolphins got out to a bit of a lead, but then the Titans brought it back to 18-all at halftime. And then the Dolphins would get out again and the Titans would chase. But anyway, they fell short. Obviously, the Titans this week made the call to part ways with Des Hasler at the end of the season, signing Josh Hannay for the next 3 years. So, obviously, Josh Hannay got some big decisions to make, obviously, around their roster and, recruitment and retention. And obviously, David Fafita has been a big talking point.
Yep. And Tino
has been a big talking point. Now, it's interesting. It will be interesting to see what Josh Hannay, the decision around what he's going to do there. Obviously, they're huge decisions because the two guys we spoke about are on big chunks of salary cap. And you don't really want guys who don't want to be there. Look, I think, Tino, you have to move heaven and earth to get Tino to stay.
Yeah.
Tino needs to stay, man.
You reckon?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think if I was a Titans, I don't know, if I was a Titans fan, I would be okay with getting rid of Fafita and Tino and just using that cap elsewhere.
Shit, baby. You're crazy.
I don't know. Controversial, but...
That's crazy.
I don't know.
I disagree. I'm keeping Tino.
I think they need it.
And I'm sort of mutually sort of seeing what David Fifita's talking about. I mean, does David Fifita want to stay? Does he want to be there?
But does Tino want to be there?
Yeah, that's a fair question.
So that's what I mean. If
that's a
if
fair question as well. But
I'm not having him on 1.2 mil and not wanting to be there.
Yeah, I mate, that's a very, very fair question. Well,
we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I mean, we'll find out.
We'll find out next season, but yeah.
We'll find out. The Titans also made the announcement of Scott Sattler as general manager of football. So well done to Scott Sattler. He works on SEN on the radio with Matt Rogers, SEN Queensland. But yeah, stepping into that role with the Gold Coast Titans, and is very, very well liked rugby league person, Scott Sattler. So yeah, had a little bit to do with Sats. Very, very happy for him to get that role. So well done to him. All right, that's it. All the games wrapped up. Let's move into the back end of the podcast. We're going to go top 5 this week, which is the top 5 games of my career, and we're starting off at number 5. It was a game we played against the Newcastle Knights last season, actually, and we played them, and we went into Golden Point, or just before we went to Golden Point, I put a grubber kick in for Jeremiah. He scored and basically got us into Golden Point, and then I actually kicked a field goal in Golden Point to win the game. So that was number 5. It's always a really friggin' cool feeling when you can kick a field goal as a halfback in Golden Point under all the pressure to win the game. Like, that's the kind of stuff you set up when you're a kid. You know what I mean? Oh, Golden Point to win the game. You're at training and then you just hit the field goal. You know what I mean? So that was a pretty cool thing. Number 4. This is a cool one, which you guys may not even really think about, but it was just a round 2 game in 2016. And we played the Dragons at Shark Park, and we won 30-2. And it was my first game back at Shark Park since I'd left to go to the Warriors. And this game, I was very, very nervous. I was very nervous for this game. And if you've heard the intro to the podcast, when you hear Rabs go, Townsend kicks away for Valentine Holmes. Oh, the Sharks are in again. You know that one?
Yep.
So that commentary from Ray Warren is from that game. So I scored a try. I kicked a 40-20. I had another try assist as well. And I just remember that game being like very, very... I was very nervous because it was my first game back at Shark Park and I just wanted to do really well. So that was number 4. Number 3 was the 2018 semi-final against the Panthers. And I scored a try. It was Andrew Fifita. Played short to Fifita because Jimmy Maloney was jamming a lot that year. So we organised with Fifita just to run a bit of an overs line. Hit Fifita on the overs line. Jimmy jams out the back. He opens up that space. He goes through. Then he passed it back on the inside. I got the ball. And then Dallin came across and I right foot stepped him and then scored. And then I later kicked a field goal. I said to Fifita, I said, Fif, get over so I can kick the field goal. And he gets to the complete opposite side of the field where I told him not to go. And then Val passes back to me and then I kick the field goal. And Fatty's commentating. He goes, oh, he's missed it. And then I was like, no, he's got it. And it was like, no, they weren't even really cheering, but we kicked the field goal. They came back and then they ended up losing. I've still got a photo of me and Moisa on the back page of the paper, actually, from that day. I've got a lot of clippings, actually, from my days of playing. My wife's kept a few clippings and a little bit of a scrapbook. And
should do a little vlog.
Yeah, I've got my front room, which I've got all my stuff up, which I'll do a vlog one day on the room. Anyway, let's move on to number 2 was the 2016 prelim final against the Cowboys to get into the grand final. And this was one of my best games I've ever played. I had a try assist as well. And the game plan that day was just basically trying to get at JT and rip off his inside shoulder with some short passes to Luke Lewis. And I remember Louis was calling the ball out. So it was the same play that Andrew Fifita scored his try in the grand final. But instead of hitting that lead runner, Mickey Ennis passes out the back to me. And then Louis wanted the ball early. And the game plan was for him to run the lead on the inside shoulder. And Ben Barber was out the back going, no, stick to the game plan. So I got the ball. Then I played short to Louis. Louis ran over JT and scored. And then I was like so pumped up. And obviously I scored that try as well under the sticks where Jimmy Maloney went through. He passed it back to me. And yeah, that was really special. It was like the realization. I'm literally on my knees like crying after the game because I'm just like I'm about to go and play an NRL grand final. And then obviously number one, I mean, we all know what it is. It's going to be number one's the grand final. Do I even need to say anything about the grand final? I mean, it is what it is.
We're going to say it all next year.
Yeah, we're going to do it all next year actually because we're going to interview the whole team, the whole 17 players next season.
And we're going to watch the full game.
And we're not watching the full game. Haven't watched it yet.
Full game reaction.
Haven't watched it yet, and I won't be watching it. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it.
Last minute, maybe.
I'll watch the last minute. That's it.
I think there's a YouTube video of the last minute with Shane Flano.
Yeah.
With
I've
Flano.
seen that. Yeah.
So
We're going to interview Flano as well, you know.
there we go. Love it.
So if anyone, I don't know, watches this and knows Flano or whatever, just get into him because I'll like text him next year. I'll ring him. But yeah, we need to plant the seed.
Start dropping. Yep.
Yeah. So let's move on. Big Footy Guy of the Week. Our 3 nominations this weekend and what we feel is our best performers from round 26. Mark Nawanganitawase, 4 tries, 2 offloads, 4 tackle breaks, 161 metres. What an incredible performance from Marky Mark. Daly Cherry Evans, 1 try, 5 try assists, 1 offload, 4 line breaks and 105 metres. A great day for DCE. And their last one was Reece Walsh, 1 try, 2 try assists, 3 offloads, 10 tackle breaks, 5 line break assists, and 202 metres. Man, all 3 of those guys deserve their flowers from their performances this past weekend. That was absolutely incredible. Victor, fan questions. Hit me up.
Someone from yesterday says, thanks for the photo, Chad. Would I be able to get a shout out on your podcast? C_Tamayo 96.
Yes.
98. Sorry.
I told you. C_96. That's his name?
C_Tamayo.
Tamayo. All right. Well,
98.
I said I'd give you a shout out. So if you see me and you want to shout out on the podcast, come say hello. But yeah, I always appreciate, people coming up and having a chat and talking about the podcast or the vlog or footy or whatever it is. We're going to try and stack more content from now on, podcasts and vlogs, and have a bit of fun around it and just all around the greatest game of all. So come and get amongst it. Like and subscribe, baby. Shit. Next.
What do goal kickers say to themselves as they kick?
That's a good question. I mean, you see there's a couple guys, like Adam Dewey mumbles a couple of words. I think Val's you can see he mumbles a couple of words. And usually it'd just be like a cue for them to sort of maybe something they've practiced or something they've spoken about. So it might be like, follow through, or like right post or balance or whatever it is. So it'd just be a cue that they've worked on during the week or from their coach or whatever it is about staying focused on that point and then just going through their routine and then executing. So goal kicking is much like, I guess, a golf swing where you've got your routine, you've got your structure. Obviously, you get your reps, you get your practices in. But then if you're a right foot kicker, a lot of the times you kind of want to aim for around that right post, inside the right post, you know what I mean? So if you're missing on the left side of the post as a goal kicker, like that's a bad miss. It's like in golf. If you're putting, you miss low side. If you miss on the right side, like you're giving your ball a better chance of going over, but you don't want to miss left. So that's why they kind of generally sort of say the sweet target spot is that right post. Because a lot of guys naturally just have a natural draw as a right foot kicker and it naturally moves from right to left. And then obviously we've got the guys like JT where he swings it so far, and Drinky, he's left foot, but he swings it so far. So, yeah.
Love it. How is the playing group feeling with the big derby coming up?
Playing group's feeling great. Yeah, very confident at the moment. I think this is the right time and a great test. South obviously have nothing to play for, but these games, these derby games are, form goes out the window regardless. Obviously this is a new derby to me to be involved with, and obviously like there's a lot of, I mean, I don't want to say hatred, but it's like a lot of like, I guess there's a lot of respect, but also there's a lot of like, what's the word? They just don't like each other. These two teams, Souths and Roosters, you know what I mean? I mean, this is the derby.
It's a derby.
This is the derby, you know what I mean? So, but in terms of how the boys are feeling, I think they're feeling great. They're very, very confident at the moment, especially with the way they're attacking. Obviously, to score those 40 points in the second half without Sammy Walker as well, who'll be back this week. We know what Sam brings to our team. So, yeah, look, I'd be looking over my shoulder, the Roosters, like they're, yeah.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
If Alex Johnson breaks Ken Irvine's record, would you be then convinced that no one would ever break that record again?
You know what? The Real Hero 747 LOL, that is not going to happen in my lifetime, I don't feel. Yeah. I don't think I'll live to see it, which makes me sad.
Well, you're going to see AJ break it.
No, I'll see AJ break it, but like, yeah. I don't want to get too deep, but yeah. I mean, I don't think we'll see it again.
Oh.
No.
I feel like this stuff happens once in a lifetime.
I feel like that's why we're telling everyone, or we're not. You can do what you want to do, but if you want to run on the field when he does it next year, because I don't think he scores 3 tries in the last game, if you want to do it next year, then you go ahead and do it. I'm not telling you what to do, but you can do what you want to do.
We're not telling you to run on
Not
the
telling you what to do, but you do what you want to do. Next year, though. It's going to happen next year.
Happen next year.
Yeah, any more? Or?
Yeah, there's 2 more.
All right.
What's the hardest conversation you've had to have with a player or coach, and what happens after a grand final?
Jeez, that's a good question, Mads. The hardest conversation I feel is like when you get dropped as a player. When you get dropped, especially like when you don't really see it coming. And obviously you're disappointed, but also you got to be respectful. So it is, yeah, it's a tough one, to be honest. But I guess you got to kind of be respectful. You can be disappointed with it, and you can be, yeah, frustrated and angry, but you got to be kind of respectful. Yeah. What happens after a grand final? Well, you kind of go into the sheds, you'd celebrate with family and friends, sing the song, have a few celebratory drinks, and then you go out on the field and you sit on the field when the stadium's empty and you just sit together and just talk. You're in the full kit. Then you go back to the stadium where all the fans are. You see all the fans, and then it's basically just about seeing all the fans. The next day you see all the fans. There's usually marches and rallies, and it's about getting around. Usually about getting around the fans. You know what I mean?
You went to Northies, didn't you?
Went to Northies. Crowd surfed in Northies, actually.
Crowd surfed in Northies.
I was on the shoulders in Northies, crowd surfing. Geez, that's a once in a lifetime thing as well, I think.
Yeah. No one wants to do that again.
The boys are getting tattoos, actually. Had some tattoos.
Yeah, good.
I don't have a tattoo. I'm clean skin. But yeah, that's a great question. I will go into that, Mads, 20_11. I will go into that in more detail, potentially next season at the 10-year reunion when we're doing all these podcasts next year. So, yeah.
Last question. What is the game plan? People always talk about the game plan. Is it like a general idea, a set of main points to aim for, and how detailed can it get?
Great question, Luke. Look, a game plan is basically set during the week. So earlier in the week from coaches, usually your attack coach and your head coach, and you come up with a game plan based off how you think you can attack the opposition and the way they defend, or there might be some tendencies or some habits that an opposition player does. So he might be a little bit more passive in defense. He might be more aggressive. He might be up in front of the line. He might be in certain positions. So then you sort of come up with plays that you think you can target that player with. That's the game plan. It might be a certain player. So Latrell, he carries the ball in his right arm and fends with his left. So if he's coming out of his right hand corner, this side, he's running and you kick it to him, he can't then fend across his body. Where if you kick it to the other side, he catches, he could run across, he could skip across, and then he could palm you that side. So it goes around to like there's so much detail that I guess fans don't really understand, that as players when you're in these meetings for a long time, it's like if you said to me tell me any player in the competition, tell me his strengths and weaknesses, like I could tell you what I think. I could like give you a rundown of what I think and then create a game plan to attack that player with.
Love it.
Which we're going to do more of next year. We are.
Play highlights.
All right. Is that it?
That's it.
Victor, thank you. I said I don't know. I've had about 1,000 coffees today, so I'm pretty pumped up.
You're buzzing, hey.
I'm buzzing. Yeah. So thanks very much for tuning in to today's podcast, guys. Make sure you subscribe before you go right here. Where is it? I don't know. Somewhere down here.
Down there.
Just stop before this video stops right now. Subscribe. Waiting for it. Thank you.
Players tickets tomorrow.
Players tickets tomorrow night. Playersgolfclub.com.au for our golf day. We're running Father's Day sale as well at the moment. Buy one polo, get a free hat. Playersgolfclub.com.au. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you next week. Let's go.